Okay, so I am back, and this time, as you guys can see, we're doing Kurosaki Ichigo's 3D rig. Okay, so I'm back with pretty much all the bells and whistles of the Nell rig, but a couple of things I went ahead and I changed, and the really big thing that I'm going to show you guys today is I have leveled up in my ability to use facial animation and my ability to rig the face. I have leveled up, so yes, I have leveled up. So, we're going to go ahead and show you guys a really nice addition to my facial animation. Now, on YouTube, they've shown some pretty cool little things, and I've actually finally figured out how to do quite a bit of the things in those rigging demos. So, as you can see, we have a nice little design here for the global, and all that does whatever it does. Same thing, the pole vectors can either be parented or not parented to that. All that stuff's fine. I'm not going to go over the basics of my rig. Now, remember that Nell's skirt and her hair had all those control objects, you know, all up and down here, and it was kind of weird, okay? So, when we get to Ichigo's Bankai, which we will get to, you're going to see that I have all of my controls that are really way out there. They're all visibility controlled. So that means if I don't need to, I don't have to see them, so it's not going to slow my rig down. So that's another nice little addition I've had here. An example of that would be right here. You see we have belt viz control. We can turn that on and off, and then we activate it. We have, you know, this belt can be controlled here. And then we also have a bunch of little different set-driven keys where you can, you know, animate that for some extra little things there. This is actually using an IK spline. I'm actually using that method for this. This is what I was talking about. Do you see how this movement is not really spine-like? I mean, this should be bending a lot more. And if I bend this, it's like, yes, you know, kind of, sort of, but I mean, this isn't really, you know, I don't know. I like the control, and I really like this. I really like this movement. This chest movement is really nice. I like that. I don't like this, the way this is working, though. I'm not a huge fan of the IK spline, but every rig that I have seen, from Digital Tutors to Eat 3D to every tutorial, and all the game artists are saying, oh yeah, IK splines for everything. So, okay, I can do it. You know, I can set up an IK spline. I'm just not a huge fan of it. Same thing, clavicle, all that stuff, you know, nothing really changed there. Okay, so what we're really going to focus on, you know, quickly I'll show this. If you guys remember the seamless FK-IK switching from Nell, well, this is a little different. There's a problem with that method. That method, you can't really animate it, because when you go to put keys on the joints, it breaks the mel script. So this is a non-mel script system, and this is using that standard FK popping method I showed you, but I got it so that it doesn't pop when you first do it, which is really nice. And that was a problem for a while. When I would set FK-IK up, if you don't set it up perfectly, you'll get a little bit of a jump here, but this is almost seamless as you come. And it's also a lot nicer. You also notice the pole vector disappears and everything just kind of pops in for you. And, you know, we can go from FK, and then we can go back over here to the IK, okay? And then also, same thing, I have the ability to rotate the IK control, which is driving the secondary FK control with all of my nice little features here. We have set-driven keys for the fingers, but for this rig, I'm actually using full FK thumb, because the thumb is really a ball and socket joint, so it's not as easy as just going up and down like the fingers are. So that's full control for the thumb. I also have the ability to animate this separately. So if he has his little flaps on there, that's fine. Let's go ahead and turn Zangetsu back on. So you can see Ichigo has his, you know, Zangetsu on his back here. It's wrapped up. So we can turn that off, and right now he's unarmed. If we wanted to arm him, we could go to unarmed, turn that off, and by default he has Zangetsu, okay? And Zangetsu has its own little rig system here. In addition to that, I also added a pivot at control. So notice that it's pivoting at the middle right here. Well, what if I wanted it to pivot at the handle bottom? Now it's pivoting here. And what if we wanted to pivot at the blade tip? Now it would be pivoting here. So that's really nice for animating, you know, specific little things like that. So let's go ahead and set it back to the middle. All right. And we also have the ability to control this little thing here so that, you know, the wrapping is doing whatever the wrapping is doing. And that's pretty nice there. If we go to the hair, I have a nice little, let's unlock this, unlock selected here, and unlock the FK control of this switch as well. And let's go ahead and turn that on. As you can see, this is really nice now because you have the ability to control the hair, but all these extra little control objects that we don't need until we're ready, we don't have to actually activate until, you know, we're ready to see them. So it's going to keep our rig running nice and fast. So that's the newest little addition that I've really done. So let's go ahead and jump into what everybody wants to see. Ichigo Kurosaki has a Bankai. So Ichigo says Bankai. And we go Bankai. Very nice. Tensa Zangetsu shows up, and all this wonderful stuff shows up as well. In addition, Kurosaki Ichigo is a visored. So we have the ability to turn his eyes hollow, one at a time, or both. And we have a mask. He's a visored. So he has a Bankai visored hollow mask. So it's pretty awesome. He's a pretty awesome dude. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn that off so that we can get to the awesome facial stuff that I'm about to show. Zangetsu has pretty much the same thing here. So let's go ahead and turn on this. Notice that it once again controls the main point here. So if I just need to adjust it slightly, I can do it with that. We can also then go to the FK controls viz, unlock that. And let's go ahead and turn that on. Notice that now we have these nice little, you know, same thing Nil had. And we have the ability to translate as well as rotate that and really get that nice spot treatment that we're going to get from Nil's skirt system. But we don't need it slowing down our rig, so we can turn it off if we need to, which is really nice. Okay, so let's check out the facial animation. So let's go ahead and turn on our GUI, just like normal. Okay, just like Nil, he has a little GUI here. Let's turn on the camera system, which is again set up. And yeah, we have standard, you know, the jaw comes and does its thing. I changed the tongue system up a little bit. You can see now that the tongue has the ability to come either straight up or in and out. And it's not all being driven by one thing now. So I added a little extra control there. You can still roll it, all that good stuff there. But this can be a little challenging because, yes, you know, I'm getting nice results here, but it's not 100% finite. And what an awesome thing people are doing on YouTube is you'll see them have this little GUI control system, but they'll also be able to flip a switch, and all these little things will pop out over their face, and they'll be able to actually control finite little clusters of the face. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Gauge X2Z can do that now too. Once again, I have leveled up. And I have learned a really awesome new face rigging system that combines with my morph targets really well. When we turn on FK Tweak, look what comes up. This is awesome. Look at this. You can control individual little pieces. And this works in addition to the morph targets. So let's, for instance, say that we activate the A. All right. And let's say that we go to the jaw and we decide to move the jaw down. Notice that these controls are moving with the jaw. They're actually constrained to a certain degree so that they stay in the correct place. But now let's say we want to play with this a little more now. Maybe we activate a little more A and we say, okay, now I want to kind of change the shape of the mouth just a tiny little bit. Look at the amount of finite control we can generate with this. This is really nice stuff. You know, this isn't, you know, for gigantic stuff, but this is going to give us the ability to really control exactly what we want. And we're going to get, you know, the eye shape can be changed. We can, you know, kind of sculpt out a different look. We can increase the size of things. We can really push up this even without even having worked with the angry brow. And then we can turn my morph targets on and really get even more out of it with that. And we can combine this with the morph target system, or if I wanted to throw this in a game, this is all bone driven. If we turn on show joints, you'll see that these are all being controlled by actual joints. So you'll notice that, you know, I can control the nostrils. There's just a huge amount of control here. And I mean, you can do pretty much anything you want now, you know. So not only do I have morph targets, which allow me to control all the basic things, and I have, you know, standard little puffs and sucks, and, you know, but even that, I mean, let's say I want to bring that in a little more now. I mean, I can control just finite little pieces of things. I can activate laugh lines if I want to really create that sort of, you know, smiling effect for A's and things. I can just pretty much hit all those crazy little, you know, you see in Pixar and DreamWorks and all their really, you know, nice facial emotions where the cheeks are moving and everything is really moving at a bunch of different points. Well, I can do all that now because I have just a huge amount of more control. I mean, this gives me a whole nother layer of control and animation that I can do. And I can literally layer it. I can animate with the control objects and then just go straight in and, you know, on another set, you'll notice that I have character sets. I have Ichigo Head, and then I have FK Tweak, which is on its own sub-character set. So, I mean, I can literally go through here and just turn this on over here on FK Tweak and, you know, play with however I want. And, I mean, again, I mean, you just get finite control. And it's just going to give me a whole nother layer to work with. So let's turn FK Tweak off, and all of this system here is off. It's not affecting, and it's not going to slow our rig down because it's not calculating anything. So that's really nice. Also, I have this entire system templated. So once I turn template on, I can just select everything for ease of translating over, and everything is nice and clean. So everything is once again back to default. We'll go ahead and turn our GUI lock off. Go ahead and make this a perspective. And let's let his Reiatsu kind of flow out a little bit. Turn Bankai off. Let's unarm him and stick his Zangetsu back on, and there you go. That is my new Ichigo rig, and those are all the new features that are included in this particular rig, in addition to all the standard things that Nell had, and of course IK, FK functionality, and all the other systems that are set up. So, I'm getting better and better at rigging, and wouldn't it be crazy if one day I actually end up being a TD artist. So, that's my new rigging demo, and I continue to get better with each model I do. So, any questions, comments, critiques, please leave them, and let me know what you guys think. Thank you very much. Bye.